What is up, my friends? Oh, jeez. You just drank some poison. Who sent this to me? Somebody's like airdropping me some stuff. I didn't drink any poison. I didn't. Drop is a brand new film from Christopher Landon starring Meghann Fahy and Sklenar. And Christopher Landon is one of my favorite directors right now, especially in the thriller and horror space. Anytime he's directing a project or he's attached to a project, I always anticipate the hell out of it. And I've now seen Drop, and there is a lot to talk about, my friends. This will be a spoiler-free review, so don't worry about that. As always, leave all your thoughts down in the comments, and let's dive in to Drop. The synopsis reads, a widowed mother's first date in years takes a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with anonymous threatening messages on her phone during their upscale dinner, leaving her questioning if her charming date is behind the harassment. And I think I can speak for pretty much everybody when I say that premise alone is enough to get you hooked. Like, that alone is enough to get you out to the theater. You have to have a good trailer, and they did have a great trailer for this film. The trailer is a banger, and so I was excited about it, and now on the other side, I gotta say it didn't disappoint. It is quite literally the definition of a thriller, and so you're on the edge of your seat the entire time, literally from start to finish, and you can't say that about a lot of thrillers. A lot of the times you go to the theaters and it says it's gonna be a thriller, and you're like, man, this wasn't very dramatic. I'm not having a crazy time. I'm not freaking out. But this movie made me do that because she's sitting at this table, you know, it says in that synopsis, this is a first date. That's a massive element throughout this whole thing. So she's sitting there, she's dealing with all this stuff. She has to do certain things. There are eyes on her constantly, so she can't stray from the plan, but she's also kind of trying to impress this date because she has this stuff going on. There are also some undertones of like some abuse and things like that some of the characters have dealt with, which I found very interesting. But at the core of it, it has a lot of notes of some of the stuff that I love. Like, I love whodunits. I love movies like Scream. I love a lot of Wes Craven stuff, and this reminded me a ton of Wes Craven, specifically Red Eye. If you've seen Red Eye, it has a lot of similarities to that movie, and that one, again, is like the definition of a thriller. So these two kind of go hand in hand, and you love to see it for somebody like Christopher Landon, especially considering everything he went through with Scream 7. There's honestly been some press and some different quotes and stories and things that he said during the press tour for this film, just talking about Scream 7 and that experience, as well as some of the harassment that he got throughout that experience. It's crazy. You never want to see that. This is a guy that loves Wes Craven and just wanted to honor Wes's legacy. And he even said throughout the press that he found this to be another way of kind of channeling that passion that he has for Wes Craven. And I don't know specifically if he said Red Eye, but it definitely feels like that. Also, the performances in this help enormously. Meghann Fahy, I think that's how you say her name. She was phenomenal, dude. She was so great in this movie, and I also hope that she starts to hit that trend of leading lady because she carried this whole thing. I'd only seen her, I think, in White Lotus, but besides that, she holds it down in this movie, not just as a thriller performance that's kind of just a one-off. She proved to me that she could hold it down in any other franchise, in any other movie, in any other role, and so I'm excited to see what happens with her. Then on the other side of the movie, you have Sklenar. This is a guy that has been fan cast as Batman everywhere online, and I knew nothing of him. Every time somebody posts a picture of a fan art thing of him in a cowl, I'm like, who is that guy, man? I don't think he should be Batman. Now, after watching this movie, he should be Batman, dude. He is a lot like Bruce Wayne. He was such a great actor. He was so great to be on the opposite side of this movie, and I don't know, I applaud this cast, these two, for really opening up this film and doing more than probably Christopher Landon even expected. It was just a lot of fun. Obviously, they're in this intimate setting. They're in this restaurant, this fine dining restaurant, and there's a lot of little moving pieces. There are a lot of people around and different elements that you have to work around. And the way that they used clever and also really funny writing to carry you through this thing, you're never having a dull moment. It's either scary or thrilling or downright hilarious, and I love that out of a theater experience with this type of film. My only problem with this film was something personal. This is only something that happens to me, and it happened during the menu as well. I used to manage a fine dining restaurant, $10 million a year fine dining restaurant, as well as I was a server in fine dining, I was a bartender in fine dining, and every time that they have a movie like this that's set in a fine dining restaurant, I start to get anxiety because are they gonna get it right? Are they gonna get the steps of service right. Because if these people are going to like an upper scale restaurant like this, you know, like when you go to somewhere like this, you're paying for an experience. And when I see that like this restaurant that they go to, when I see that they're not having that experience, I'm like, that's not realistic, man. They wouldn't be going to this restaurant, like they wouldn't be having this experience at a fine dining restaurant. These servers and people would know these steps of service. And one of the gags in it is that their server, this isn't really a spoiler, their server is kind of like a newer server, but you have to go through rigorous training to be a server at a fine dining restaurant. And so this guy would know a heck of a lot more. Even like there's one time he's setting a plate down and he has his elbow right in the woman's face. You never do that. These are the things that I noticed. These are the things that drive me crazy, and it's a curse. But once I got over that and I just kind of sank into this film, I had a great time, man. Especially the last like 40 minutes. It starts moving very quickly. A lot of stuff happens and the payoff is worth it. So if you're looking for a good time in theaters this weekend, I highly suggest it. There's a lot of good movies in theaters right now. So get out, go enjoy yourself in the cinema. This is a very thrilling experience. Maybe a Friday night, Saturday night, something like that, date night. This would be perfect. As always, I gotta give my Jones Vibe star rating, my friends. I'm giving Drop 4 out of 5 stars, and I got no doubt about that. But again, make sure to leave me all your thoughts on Drop down in the comments. I'd greatly appreciate that. Also, hit the like button, but more than anything, keep up the good vibes, my friends. I'll see you in the next video. Peace!